We're gonna do it this time, guys. We're gonna do it. Lots of eyeshadow palettes on the chopping block today. I know that I have a recent eyeshadow palette declutter already, but it's already time again because I've gotten some amazing palettes recently, and it's really helped me kind of see like there's a lot I'm just not using and will probably not be using because I have these incredible formulas I just got. So if you want to see me go through and finally be aggressive and get rid of these palettes, stick around and we'll hop right on it. Hey guys, and welcome. I am Cher. So on my channel, you guys, I cover a ton of different beauty reviews and products. I do a lot of the beauty boxes here, the spoilers, unboxings, reviews, and try-ons for a lot of the popular ones. I also do a lot of different like mystery boxes, specialty boxes, and I really love to sample a lot of the latest breaking beauty and makeup. So you guys don't have to do the shopping for you. So what that means is my drawers, I say drawers, I don't mean those kind of drawers. I mean eyeshadow palette drawers. Cabinets basically in my beauty room here, in my corner, where it's filled with lots of makeup and beauty items. And I basically just have a rule for myself now that whenever my 4 eyeshadow palette drawers get filled up, it is time for declutter. And they are stuff full. Actually, they're more than full. I can't shut some of them. Okay, so it's time. I feel I'm pumping myself up and we're gonna do this. So you may have noticed it's very hard for me to let go of palettes especially, but I have no choice. I've got to get moving on it. So kick back and we'll get started. Okay. So let's dig into this drawer number 1. The first thing we have up is a Blossom palette. Now, Blossom 2A in. I'm trying to decide, do I still love it? I love the colors in this, like it's those soft pinks that I love. You guys know I love my pinks, so it may be a little repetitive, and I've liked this, but I have not reached for it much. I think I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile for now. We'll go back and return to the maybe pile at the end and see what's like on the fence. I'm on the fence about this one. If you have watched any of my recent Ipsy videos, you'll know how I feel about the Laura Geller formula. I don't care for it. I think it's very drying, and just I don't love the Laura Geller marketing. Even though I don't care for the Laura Geller formula, I did actually end up liking this color story, and it's one I don't have a lot of. It's definitely very fall, but it did give off that like wildflower field feeling to it. So I'm a little torn about this palette, if I want to declutter it or not at this point. I'm going to put this one in the maybe pile also. We were just talking about my Ciate London and how much I love all the Ciate London palettes we've gotten in Ipsy, even though there's some others who disagree with me. This is the Spice palette. I'm going to be keeping all of my Ciate London ones because I love them. So this is definitely a keep. You know, I don't know. Ofra is one I think I collect 2. I am an affiliate for Ofra, and I love most of their stuff. I still really enjoy this palette. I will say that I can get a lot of the same looks out of my Natasha Denona Xenon palette, but I'm going to keep it for now because of the fact that it's Ofra and I have used it a lot. I will definitely be keeping my old school Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette because I do love this one. However, there's some Morphe ones on the chopping block coming up, so stay tuned. I also really like this Iconic London Day to Slay palette, I think it was. I think Iconic London is another one of those. We get in Ipsy a lot, so there's mixed thoughts on this one too, but I really like this one. I love some of those pink colors in it, and it's been hard to find those colors in other palettes, so I'm going to be keeping this one. This is an old Too Faced like holiday palette. It's, I think, a gingerbread one. And while I do like these colors, but I don't feel like this is one of their better Too Faced palettes. Oh, that's really pretty there. When I went and started swatching. Okay, I don't know. I might just need to reach for this one more. Those look pretty darn good. Yeah, Cher. I think that pink, really pretty pink one, light pink there, just made me change my mind. Oh my gosh, I was about to gut this one. I really was. Y'all are laughing at me already because you're like, I thought you said you were gonna gut everything. Never mind, we're keeping. More Jaclyn Hill. This is the Bling Gloss I will be keeping as well. I really like this one too. The colors in it. The Destino, the Alamar Cosmetics Destino palette. I loved, as I said in my Ipsy rankings video, I loved that they did something colorful. You notice how I always go for the shimmers too. Yeah, I think I'll keep it. I still like it. Definitely keeping the Iconic London Beachside Babe. I've really enjoyed this palette too, so I will be keeping that. And definitely, if you saw my Ipsy rankings, you'll know the Wander Beauty palettes were my top 2 favorites of all of them. So this is definitely a keeper, no brainer. The Violet Voss. I still really like it, and it has a place. It's a little bit hot pinkish though. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile also. I know we have not decluttered yet, but we'll get there. The REM palette I've talked about, still love that one. It's very useful, so I will not be decluttering. This Laura Geller, this is getting decluttered. I never wear anything out of it. Too fall, too orange, too dry. The only ones I like are these, and I'm not sure if I even really like them, to be honest with you. They're the highlights in this palette. This is getting decluttered. This is the old Too Faced Shake Your Pom Poms, and I still really like it too, so I'm gonna keep it. This was a fun idea. It really was, but it's not really colors I wear. It's a little too, yeah, I probably have that color in another palette. The rest of them are just kind of so-so. I think it was a fun color story idea. I think I'm going to declutter it. Okay, now this is a Toppers palette from Suva. I got this in the Chic Beauty box, I think it was. And it is so pretty, these toppers, so I'll definitely be keeping it. And I even had it in my bridal kit for a little while, but now I'm just using it for me because it's fun. All right, Beauty Bakery, Proof is in the Pudding. I never reached for this. It's boring. It's not that great of a formula. I'll be looking forward to seeing what Beauty Bakery does in the future, but I think I'm going to declutter this one. And we have one of my favorite palettes ever, the Ciete London I Am Woman palette, volume 2. I am going to say though, if you look this up and try to find it on Ciete London's site, they have the wrong palette listed for volume 2. Their volume 2 is more of the warm ones, the warm color story. This one has more of like the more pinks and purples and rusty type colors. So I don't know how to find this palette, by the way, anywhere other than like eBay or Mercari. And they have it labeled wrong on Ciete London, but I absolutely love this palette. So no way am I decluttering. All right, that was drawer 1. I have 3 that I decluttered and 3 maybes from it. So we'll revisit the maybes at the end. Let's move on to the next drawer. All right, guys, here is everything. So this is one of my favorite drawers, although they're all my favorite drawers. Okay, I have a whole pile here that's just Natasha Denona palettes, and I do have the full video out there where I ranked all my Natasha Denona ones too, although I only had 8 at that time, and I did end up adding, the Yucca palette since then. So I now have 9 palettes, but we'll go through them. I'm probably keeping all my Natasha Denonas. Like I said, I collect them all. The Pastels palette, the Mini Crush, the Golden palette, still new. Love this one. The Sunrise, I still, this is still my least favorite of all of them, but there's no way I'm getting rid of it. I still play with it, and it's my Natasha Denona baby. We have the Glam palette. Got it recently, Memorial Day sales, I think. And then I just got that Yucca palette in the, from Sephora from these amazing 4th of July sales. So I was so happy to finally get that. I'd been wanting it. I have the Retro Glam palette, the I Need a Nude, palette and the Xenon palette. Was that everything? Yeah. So, and there's pretty much, I have full reviews on most of all of these. So definitely all of those are keepers. Now we have the Tartelette and Bloom. This one, you know, it's a pretty boring neutrals palette, and I actually used it a lot in bridal makeup. It was one of the first palettes I used when I first started off doing bridal. You know, I realized I don't think I'm as much of a Tarte formula girl as I thought I was, but I will probably still keep this palette. It's kind of a classic for me, so I am going to keep it. I talked about how much I love this Fenty Snap Shadow. This is the Midnight Smoky. Snap Shadows, it's the smoky one. Love it. I will keep. Also Lancome, I'll keep this one. It's a little Hypnose. It's a good little travel luxury palette, and I like it. I love this one from Huda Beauty, Lilacs palette. This is another one I probably keep anything of Huda Beauty. I love her stuff. Here's that Tom Ford palette. So it reminds me a little bit of the Pretty in Paradise Violet Boss. Definitely keep that one. Another Huda Beauty. I love this palette so much. So I will definitely not be decluttering. The Dominique Cosmetics Unconditional palette I am on the fence about too, because I love this palette in theory, but it's that pressed pigment. It's just so messy. It was really hard to work with. It's like I still love the packaging on it, and I really like having like Dominique Cosmetics palettes, but I just don't know if I'm going to use it. So I'm going to put this in the maybe pile too. Okay, I hate to do this, but I think this MAC palette is going. I love in concept, like check that out, that's so fun. I love that it's kind of portable. I love MAC, but I do not love how this palette looks on me. I thought I would, but I just don't reach for it, and I hate that because my friend Melly gave it to me. I don't want to declutter gifts, you know, but there are students in the cosmetology class that I'm sure would love to have a MAC palette. So I think I'm going to declutter. I will definitely not be decluttering Pat McGrath. No way, no how. Okay, and then I have 4 ABH palettes. So none of these are getting decluttered. I love ABH. I will probably collect these 2. This is the Primrose palette, the Modern Renaissance, the Soft Glam, and the Nouveau that I just got, and I am so in love with this one, you guys. Holy cow. Like favorite palette right now. So those are big no's on decluttering. However, I think I am going to go ahead and declutter this Tarte one. I just don't ever reach for it. It's a little too, I don't know. I have all these shades somewhere in a palette, not like that great a formula. It's just so I think I'm gonna declutter. Okay, I will not be decluttering my Naked palettes. I have the Naked Heat, and I love it, and I have the Naked 3, and I love that one, so not decluttering. The Danessa Myricks Groundworks Blooming Rose, I wasn't as much of a fan of it as I thought I was going to be, but it's still so original and unique, and there's still some use for it. I think I'll keep it for now. Ofra again, I think I like the idea of having Ofra, and I still just love that shade right there. So I pretty much am keeping it for this because I love the look that it has when I do wear this look. Keeping this other MAC one because it's a lot more, I mean, it's like your smokies and kind of neutrals and stuff, but it's a lot more like wearable and so good for travel. Like I just love this palette for travel, so I will definitely keep. And I will keep my Pat McGrath. I compared it to the Natasha Denona the other day in a short, and everybody overwhelmingly loved this one on my eyes. And yeah, I'm not trading that for anything, so keeper. Oh my gosh, this new Charlotte Tilbury Beautyverse palette that we just got in the mystery box. So beautiful. Is that not so stunning? There is no way in the world I'm giving that up. That's gonna be a new favorite as well. My Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2. I love this palette also. I will not be giving it up. Dominique Cosmetics Essentials palette. So this one I'm not on the fence about. I love, love, love this palette. We got an Ipsy, one of my top favorites, so I will definitely be keeping. That leads me to the 3 Il Makiage quads that we got in Ipsy, Color Boss quads. I'll definitely keep the Neutrals palette. Now, the other 2, I'm on the fence about. You've got the Real Deal, and then we have the Trendsetter. I don't know. I'm not as crazy about how I look in these, but I still love Il Makiage and some of the formula, and they do really work out great for traveling. I think I'm going to put these other 2 in the maybe pile also. So that was everything in my luxury drawer. I actually had 2 declutters and 2 maybes. So wow, from the luxury drawer too. I'm doing better, guys. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, now we have the Indian Colorful and Whatnot. So, this is where I get torn. Ace Beauté. It seems I have quite the collection of Ace Beauté though. I don't think I want to clutter that either. I think I want to kind of keep the collection of them because some of them are good and whatnot. And I think, I don't know, I like this palette enough color story wise that I think I'll keep it for now. It's that Mystic Romance, but as I mentioned in my Ipsy video, I have mixed thoughts on it. It's just, I wish there was a lighter shimmer in here to go with this middle row. And there were some that were like hard to blend. So I was like kind of split, but I think I'm going to keep it for now. The Four Seasons palette. Okay, guys. I've had so many compliments on this. I don't know. I hate to declutter. It's just more that it's like beyond like playing with it for a minute to like see what they're like. I just don't feel like I'll reach for it though. The blue made like such an awesome look, and the pink too, but these middle ones, like I'm not an orange and brown girl for the most part, or greens. So it's even though it's like fantastic formula, not one I reach for much. I mean, it's so good though. It's so good. It's just not me in general. I mean, the pinks are, and maybe the blues occasionally, but I just have so many other color stories with similar ideas in them. So I'm going to put this in the maybe pile for now. I hate to declutter it, but it's like, I got to declutter, y'all. Graveyard Smash, Wicked Widow, I'm going to keep for like Halloween time. That's original. And this Hearth palette from Shantico, I think I got that in an ice cream also. It's just so stunning. I'm not getting rid of it. I love the feel of these like crystal type colors in it. I love my Jeffree Star. Anything Jeffree Star is not going. I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all that. This was the Bloodlust palette. I was so in love with this. So definitely keeping. And I love the Soul Mane 2 palette. Definitely keeping that. Also, I love the Nomad Stargazing palette. Definitely keeping that. As well as the Minka palette from Adept Cosmetics. Nothing like it. More Jeffree Star. This is the Blue Bloods palette, or Blue Blood palette. This is like my original and no way I'm getting rid of. I really enjoy the Be Bella palettes. This is Shades of Roses. It's really pretty. As well as the Lotus Love. Both these I really love, so I think I'm going to keep. I really love this Annette 69. So all of those came in the Slay Beauty box. They're all so pretty. I can't get rid of them. Also more from Odin's Eye, the Jewels and Gems palette. Love this one too, so I will keep. And you guys know that I love my Siete London. Here's that Brazilian Glow. Another one that I really, really love and use a lot too. So will not declutter. More Jeffree Star. This is the Wedding Star, his Wedding Star palette. Will not declutter. Peridot by Roshabi. This was, I don't do a lot of green, but when I do, like, this is probably going to be my palette. So nice. So I will probably keep that. It came in her sleigh box. And more Ace Beauté. I really love the color story in this. I just think that is so cool. Again, it's not like completely me with how much color's in there, but if there's one I'm going to keep with all that color, it'll probably be this one. Paletopoli. My nieces completely destroyed this, but this is from Ace Beauté also, and it is such a gorgeous killer palette. So I will still probably keep it even though it's looking kind of rough. And the Glam Light Kiss palette, the rock and roll or whatever that I did and got. I love this one. I was just so drawn to those deep colors. That's so stunning. And then this is my Morphe Jeffree Star. No way I'm getting rid of it. I absolutely love this palette, and I used it a lot, even in bridal makeup at first. I still use it sometimes. Like, it makes great party looks, and it's hard to beat. So I love this one still too. So we didn't do a lot of decluttering from that drawer. The only one is just this one, like, to decide if I want to declutter or not. So I'm keeping it in maybes. So now we're going to move on to the last and final drawer, which is probably going to be the big declutter drawer. Let's start chopping, guys. Okay, I have this e.l.f. Mint Melt. Now, I'm trying to decide if I have other shades that are more mint colors. I probably do in a ColourPop. So as long as I can find that, I'm gonna put this in the maybe for now, but if I do have ones similar, then this is getting decluttered. So ColourPops, I'm probably gonna keep for now. I have a green one. I have the Wild Child. A lot of these came in either mystery boxes or from my friend Mela, or ones I already had. This is that lilac. Okay, the lilac one that was messed up when it came in the mystery box. If you guys saw my mystery box, I'm going to declutter it, but they did send me a replacement, so I'll be keeping that one instead. Here is the replacement. I'm so glad they replaced it for me. I'm absolutely in love with this palette. It is so beautiful. Definitely keeping it. We have the Main Squeeze. I really actually ended up enjoying this one a lot, and I didn't expect to. My Dream Street one. I think this might have been my first ColourPop. I can't remember. And I love it still, so I'm keeping this kind of more, I don't know, like reds and oranges. And then the blue. I really like the blue. I love the Barbie palette so much. Oh my gosh. This is probably one of my favorite ColourPop ones besides the lilac one. Love this one. And we have the Baby Got Peach. So also keeping it. Honey, haven't had much time to play with it, but that's a yellow one. And then the Miss Bliss. I really liked this one. I loved the swatches on this one. That was so pretty. As well as the So Very Lovely. And the Limoncello. Yes, I have a lot of ColourPop. Be looking for a rankings video very soon. We will be doing some ColourPop. And then there was this one. I don't remember the name of this one. I had to fix that one though. It had shattered also. Color Vision, I guess, might be the name of it. And then we have this one that's more on like the purplies and whatnot. So I'm going to keep all of those for now, and we're going to do a rankings video on them. The Orange You Glad from ColourPop, the reason that I forgot it is because I had it in my still to play with. I have not even touched this one yet. It's all the like oranges and everything. So that one's not getting decluttered. First of all, because it's part of my ColourPop collection, but also I haven't even touched it yet. So it's like, I want to play with them first before I declutter. Still going to keep the CoverGirl Clean. I just love the look it gives. It's very more mauve-y. I like the shade range on it. So I'm going to keep it. Do I need the Pixie? I do still really love the Pixie also. So I'm going to keep it. So I struggle with this one. This was Coastal Scents. I had gotten it off Amazon a long time ago. Coastal Scents, I think, is coming back, by the way. And I've enjoyed this palette, to be honest with you. The only shade I really love in it and use that much is that one. So it's like, do I really want to keep the whole thing just for that? I'm going to probably put this in the maybe pile. Also going to keep my Juvia's Place palettes just because I like Juvia's Place in general. I don't use this palette very much though. I keep saying I'm going to declutter it and then I don't, and I haven't given it a fair chance. But then I love my Warriors palette, so I will probably still keep it too. Love my Milani one, the Gilded Jewel. We'll definitely be decluttering this one. It's from Lorella, and I thought it looked cool, but I did not like the formula at all. I didn't like how it went on me, and I don't wear a lot of greens. I need a few greens just in case, but I don't need this many, and so this is definitely getting decluttered. More Juvia's Place too. This is Juvia's Place. Also, the violets, I'll keep that. I know last time I started to declutter this, and then I said, I still really use this. I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. It's Skin Feed Cosmetics. I think it's just that I have just about all of these colors and shades. I can make the same stuff with some of these other indie brand palettes, and so I just don't think I need it that much anymore. Oh, I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. I will not be decluttering my Take Me to Brazil. I still really like this one. It has some awesome light pastels. It definitely gives that Brazil feeling, and so I think I'm still going to keep it. Morphe Maddie Z palette. I think we're going to go ahead and toss it. I just don't care for the formula, how it goes. It's not very buttery at all. It was a gift, so it's like it's hard to pass with. I feel guilty sometimes giving it away, but I just haven't cared for it in a while, so I'm gonna toss it too. Okay, I got both of these Flower Beauty palettes. This is from the Drew Barrymore line. I got them in PR. I think I'm gonna declutter this one for sure. I might give this to my nieces. They'll probably love that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the maybe pile because I do really love those delicate pinks. Isn't that so pretty? So I think I'm gonna keep, I don't know. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna keep it. The Mora Exposed Nudes. I had this as one of my first palettes. I loved it. Gosh, again, it's so sentimental, but yet I don't use it much. It's gonna go in the maybe for now. Cab Cosmetics. I think this is going to be great for the fall. I think I'm going to pull it back out and love it. So I'm going to keep it. It's the Day and Night palette. We got it in the Chic Beauty box, I think. Okay. I think I'm going to toss my Profusion palettes. Profusion's one of those that's like, it's so affordable from the drugstore. Like, you can't beat the prices and everything, but the fallout is horrible in Profusion. And I kept it for a while because I'm like, I need it for like neons, like any of my neon colors, but I think I can still get everything I need from this big Wet n Wild palette. Like, it has probably most of the same. Yeah. So I think I can toss this. Yeah, I will go ahead and keep my Wet n Wild just because it has like every color of the rainbow just about, and it's just so easy for if I do need like every color, I do have it. All right, similarly, I think I'm gonna finally toss the Sultry, the Profusion Sultry palette. I really did actually like this one, but again, so much fallout. It's cool for a drugstore option. I mean, this was only like 10 bucks or something for all these pans, so pretty cool, but I'm just not much of a drugstore formula kind of girl. Like, I can do e.l.f. and Milani, you know, and like the CoverGirl Clean has been nice, but I don't like the formula on Profusion much. Okay. This Morphe. It's hard to say get rid of it, and mostly because those purples, it's hard to replace that purple there. Like, these purples is mostly what I keep this for. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile, and this is no longer sold too. This is the Morphe Plum Pleasers palette. I don't reach for it much. It's so huge and overwhelming. You know, the Morphe palettes are, but it's one I don't always reach for. And then this is Fierce by Nature. I do still use this. It's got all those like reds and oranges and pinks I could use, and some green. So I will still hang on to it. Definitely not getting rid of my blood sugar palette from Jeffree Star. Love this thing so much. So keeping that. This brings us to the little tiny palettes we've gotten in the Ipsy Glam bag. I hate to get rid of this, but I really love this, and I'm glad that I got to try it from What's Up Beauty. That purple is really fun. But it's not even hardly shown up, is it? I mean, it's sparkly, but it's like, here's the thing. If I'm going to do something that's just 2 shades, it needs to be kind of a wearable look or like every day, because I'm only going to use these little tiny things for travel. And so it's the fact that it's like a big glitter fun party look in a tiny little thing. So I'm never going to really use it. And I think that my nieces will love this so much more. So I'm going to declutter it. However, the Shades by Sean was so perfect. This little quad is so pretty. I love those little pinks in it. So I'm definitely keeping that. And I think I may even keep the other one from Shanna B, because this has that perfect, like, it's called the Miami Bee. It just has that perfect, like, Miami look. And I could totally bring this for travel and just do like the 2 shades, and it actually makes a much more wearable look. So I will keep it even though it's small. And then that brings me to this Renee Rebelde. I still really like that with the Poppin' Blue. This one I'd make an exception for. It's not as wearable, but it's still fun. Like if I was going to, I might even take it to Costa Rica with me on our Costa Rica trip. Like this would be amazing for Costa Rica and be my travel palette. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to keep it for now. And then I almost forgot this one. This is the brand new Moon Slice Beauty palette that we got in the ice cream box this month. And it's brand new, so I haven't even touched it yet. And no way am I decluttering this. This is amazing. Okay, I've got a couple of other palettes in my professional makeup kit. I will grab those real quick just to share, but they are keepers because they're going to stay in my kit. Okay, so these are 3 that I keep in my pro kit. The Makeup by Mario neutrals, like matte neutrals. They're just great for the base. Not decluttering. These are the new Jeffree Star singles that I just got from his mystery box. And to be honest with you, especially those whites right there are so hard to beat from his formula. I just love his formula so much. I could really use this in my pro kit. So not decluttering either. And then this is just my overall custom like singles that I've put together for my bridal kit. It's got a lot of ABH as well as Sydney Grace. Those are most of the colors in here. Definitely not decluttering that either. So that brings me to the maybe pile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these back now and organize them now that we've gutted some. And I'm going to see how much room is left in the drawers. And that's going to help me towards my decision on the maybes. So I'll be right back after I've done that. Okay. I have assembled everything and I have a little bit more room. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep my Morphe Plum Pleasers. There's still those purples in there. I think I'm also going to keep my Il Makiage ones for now, just because they're so luxe and yeah, I don't want to part with them. I also still have room for this pretty pink one, and it's just so pretty. I'm so drawn to it that I think I'm going to keep it too. Y'all are going to be surprised, but I may even keep the Laura Geller Wildflower Wishes for now, just because I did actually like kind of the looks it gave, and I truly don't have a lot of color stories like this. I'm going to keep it for now. And then the last that I'm going to keep is the Berries and Cream for now, the Violet Voss. It's just still so pretty. I know I have other color stories that can do this, but it's definitely pretty, and it's great for Valentine's Day and Christmas time. So I'm still going to hang on to it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I'm keeping from the maybe pile. But I still have 5 from the maybe pile that I think I'm going to get rid of. So let's go through everything I'm decluttering. The e.l.f. Mint Quad. I just don't wear mint a lot. I'm going to toss the Dominique Cosmetics. I don't reach for it and it's messy. This one's really hard to get rid of because it's such an incredible formula. And this is another Rasha palette that I love. But I think it's just the fact that there's no cohesive story. I know it's supposed to be 4 seasons, but it truly is like 4 different color stories. Even though it's sentimental, I'm gonna toss it. And this one is too, honestly, it really is, but just, I'm not there anymore. And then we're getting rid of the Sultry Profusion, the Profusion Neon, the What's Up Beauty, the Maddie Ziegler, Skin Feed, Lorella Cosmetics, Flower Beauty, the MAC, the Violet Voss Pretty in Paradise, the Laura Geller, Beauty Bakery, the Broken Lilac Palette, the Tarte, and that's it. So I think I did a lot better. Okay, it might not be as much as I promised in the beginning, but we have made so much progress. I have counted 18 palettes that I am getting rid of today, and I am so very proud of myself. Are you guys proud of me? If you've been around here, you'll know that that's a big accomplishment for me because it's so hard for me to get rid of my babies, but I did it. I did it. And my drawers are nice and organized now and clean and ready for all the new beautiful palettes. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you love declutters like this, you'll want to stick around. I also tend to do skincare declutters pretty often as well because I get so much skincare in my beauty boxes and I can't possibly use it all. And it's great to declutter and give kind of like some speed reviews on them. So if you love all that content, you'll want to stick around here, and all the other fun beauty reviews, all the beauty box coverage we do here. So lots of fun beauty here for you. If you love that, pop that subscribe, stick around, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.